Generally what I want is the opposite of what my partner wants. He wants to be up right here. He wants a good amount of distance between his heel and his butt, and he wants that inside position. I want the opposite, right? So I want to get the inside position. I want to flatten my opponent out, and finally, I want to bring his heels close to his butt by moving my knees forward, okay? That's the first game we're going to play. Get the inside position, get your head on his chest, or chest to chest as we say. Keep your elbows clamped, and walk your feet up so his heel is close to his butt. Once you get in here, you got to hold him here for 3 seconds. He's going to try and kick out, he's going to try and turn. Your job is to hold him here, okay? So again, from the beginning, whether you start standing or whether you start from your knees, generally speaking, your head is going to be a great tool to kind of flatten him out, right? So as we're grip fighting, as I go for the inside position, my head on his chest here. I don't want it to the side and get caught in a guillotine, right? My head in his chest here. I drive forward with my whole body as I continue to fight for that inside position. Walk my knees up so his heel is close to his butt. If his legs are out here and I have him flat, he has a chance to kick forward and get back to that position here. Now we're going to fight all over, right? So when you flatten your opponent out, get that inside position. Look, you have the gi, use it. So hold on to his gi and pull him down, right? Keep your elbows and your knees close together. That way when he tries to kick out, much harder for him, okay? If you have the gi, use it, okay? Any questions? Once you establish that position for 3 seconds, reset. Try from your knees, try extending, try different guard breaks. Keep your head on his chest, okay? Use that to flatten him out. Because, sit back up. If I just try and come up forward like this with my head, my chest high, yeah, I'm getting swept, right? But if I beat his posture with my head here, now it becomes a battering ram where I can flatten him out a little bit easier. Cool? Any questions?
Yes. So with the legs being close to the butt, do I want to make sure I don't try to get them closer before I flatten them out, so that way he can kind of use his leverage to...
Good question. So, yeah, what takes priority, basically, right? If I had to pick, I would prioritize, generally speaking, without going into extremes, I would generally prioritize getting him flat first before you address the leg. Now, ideally, I want to address both at the same time, right? But I'd rather have him flat because now it's a little bit easier for me to walk my knees in as opposed to if I walk my knees in and then try and get him flat. Good question. Any other questions? All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. To this position. Come over. Everybody, come over to this side so you can see what I'm doing. All right, let me borrow you, Zach. Whether you get the full body lock or you get the quote-unquote fake body lock where your elbows just kind of pinch to the side of your opponent, the principles will remain the same. Pros and cons of the full body lock. It's a very dominant position. Again, I'm going to have a long arm, which is the one that reaches all the way across the body, and a short arm, which is the support arm, right? So if I get the full body lock on Zach here, my left arm is going to reach all the way across, and you can see how I'm collecting the grip to my right side here. Now, advantages of the body lock, Zach is very uncomfortable right now. He can't really use his hips because his spine is misaligned because there's a literal mass, a lump, which is my arm, underneath him. It's just super uncomfortable, not in terms of pain, but in terms of being able to do anything athletic. Disadvantages is you're committed. Your arm is now underneath your opponent, you're committed, which might not be a disadvantage, but sometimes it can be, okay? If I'm gonna do the fake body lock or the faux body lock, I simply find the inside position, and just like I did before, I'm gonna have my elbows and my hands close to my opponent, and again, whether you have the body lock or not, do not let your opponent have the inside position. I'm gonna continue on as if I didn't have the body lock, but if you do have the body lock, everything else stays the same. I'm looking to my right, so I'm going to drop my left hip. Boom. And my goal is to beat his hook. Now, his hook is still on the inside of my thigh, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk or shimmy to my right. At no point are your knees going to leave the ground. At no point is your hip going to tilt to the floor. Parallel to the floor the whole time. Okay, you're going to get swept otherwise. So I shimmy to my right until I feel I beat his hook, and then I bring my leg back in. One of two scenarios is going to happen. You're either going to end up in a half guard or you're going to end up beating his shin. In this case, right, this leg is no longer a factor. I moved far enough, so now I'm only dealing with one leg. We're going to deal with both scenarios. Right now, let's deal with one leg. So again, I'm here. From here, I run into a problem. I have to get over his knee. But if I start picking up my legs and doing stuff like that, I'm getting swept. Okay, so my goal is to get his knee to the ground. In order to facilitate that, I'm going to continue walking to my right as far as I can. And now his knee's a little bit closer to the ground. Final finishing touch, I'm gonna take my right elbow, put it on top of his knee, and that should allow me to get my knee over. Here, I'm trying to get my knee as close to his body as I can. Now from here, I need to climb up his body, so my right arm is gonna establish the overhook as I switch my gaze, and I ride high on his body here. That's gonna allow me to hip switch, and end up in side control. Let's look at that again. Okay, so from here, from the very beginning, this time I'll do it with a body lock, right? I got good hand positioning, right? I got the body lock to this side. Same thing, I sprawl out a hip, walk to my right, and bring it in here, okay? From here, now look, my leg's in between his legs, so now I gotta deal with the half guard. Same thing, I shimmy to my right as much as possible because my goal is to get his knee to the floor. From here, I'm gonna take my elbow, push it down to the floor, get my knee over it. Same thing, I switch my gaze, get the cross face, climb up his body. The only thing that's going to change, I need an added step because I'm in the half guard. I'm going to take my foot, hook the inside of his thigh, lift my butt as I push down on his leg, and end up in the mount position or side control here. Whether you get caught in the half guard or whether you beat the shin, keep your hips flat to the floor, walk to the side as much as possible because again, your end goal is to get his knee to the floor or as close to the floor as you can so you can work your way over it, okay? So person on top, you have two tasks, or you have, in addition to the task that you did before, you have two additional tasks. Sprawl your opposite leg out and beat that leg as far as you can by walking in the opposite direction. Get their knee to the floor, climb over it, and either hip switch into side control, or if you're stuck in the half guard, peel your way into the mount. Any questions? Anyone need to see it again? Yeah, you do. Right here. This time we'll do it without the body lock, but again, principles remain the same. Win the hand fight here, use my head like a battering ram, get him flat, get his heels close to his butt. From here, beating one leg at a time. Easiest way to do that, sprawl and walk. Here. And look, I got lucky enough where this leg is no longer a factor, but this is, I can't just walk over it because this knee's in the way, right? So from here, I'm gonna continue walking, use my elbow to get it to the floor, climb over it, get the cross weight, sprawl my way forward, and then hip switch here. Okay. Any questions? Cool. All right, on three. 1, 2, 3. That I want to address that will increase your chances of success. From the half guard, when you're in chest to chest half guard here, right? There's a reason why I'm telling you guys to smear your weight forward. From here, I'm seeing a lot of this. So you guys are getting good positioning here. You're trying to get this foot in to help you, and in order to do that, you're lifting this knee off the ground, and you're getting swept, or at the very least, he's going to push your leg back into the guard, and then I got to start all over, right? So, how do I get my foot on top if I'm not flexible enough to just swing it in, like it is now? That's when that weight comes, smearing your weight forward comes into play. From here, again, I smear my weight as far forward as I can, forehead to the ground. And now my knee can stay on the ground as I find the inside of the thigh here. Okay? So without lifting this knee, in order to get that foot in position, I smear my weight forward and make his life a living hell. My shoulder's trying to break his jaw. And then I can swing that hook in and then start to elevate. Another thing is, when you start to pass here, naturally speaking, as I kill this leg and I bring this knee over, he's not just going to wait for me. He's going to start posting on my leg. Exactly. And now it's annoying because that simple post is now stopping me from getting where I need to go, no matter how I move it. You're going to use your right hand to knock that post out of the way. If you can maintain your grip on his body and use your elbow to literally knock it out of the way and get your knee in, even better. You might, however, have to physically move it out of the way and then pinch your leg in. Okay? So person on the bottom, I want you to resist by posting. Person on top, use your elbow or your hand to get that post out of the way. Okay? Any questions? Those are the two big problems that I'm seeing right now.
Can you show the post like one more time,
right
sure. From there?
So again, no matter what pass I'm doing, I start to come across this way. I'm killing this leg. Everything's going fine. But he's posting on my knee. With that simple motion, it's really annoying and really hard to get my knee into a position it needs to go. If I can, I'm going to bring my knee close to my elbow and use my elbow to physically knock his post out of the way. I only need a split second to get that leg back in. But let's say he's really strong and I can't really bring my knee in. That's fine. You're going to have to risk taking your hand to knock his post out of the way. It is annoying because as I knock his post out of the way, he's able to get his knee back up. So now I got to start over here. Or you might have to start over. But that's just the reality of the situation. We good? All right, on three. 1, 2, 3.
Alright guys, welcome back. We're running the Bodylock pass / butterfly pass. This week we got Logan here on the bottom. I don't know who's on top, but we will run it and we will find out. Oh, I think it's James. So James is on top, flattens out the opposite side hip, makes a good angle on the second leg. He can either split the legs right now or he can try and trap the other leg. Oh, Logan does a good job getting that leg back inside. Let's look at what happened. So James is doing a good job. Oh, rewind it a little bit more. James is doing a good job. He's trapped the leg. However, I can't see it from this angle, but okay. Logan's foot is already out. From here, get rid of that circle. James's priority needs to change from trying to get this knee over, or I guess it's the same thing, to prevent Logan from getting this foot out even further, because once it's out, he can go to close guard, he can go to other things. If I were James, I would use this hand to block this foot and then continue traveling my knee over it, solving two problems at once. But Logan slick, gets that leg out. They're going to reset and they're going to run it back. Fast forward a little bit. So, starting the butterfly guard. James flattens Logan out. Gets the inside position with his arms, flattens out one hip, starts walking over. Logan does a good job getting that leg back again. Probably should have zoomed the camera out a little bit. Let me see that again. So here, as he's walking. Yeah, not bad. I think they run it back. Here. Okay. As James is flattening out his one hip. So here he's flattening out his right hip on our left side here. He's lifting his other hip up. Cannot happen. This hip should be close to the ground. This hip can be slightly up, but definitely can't have this giant space here. Try and keep your hips as close to the ground as you can. Good. Or else this happens. There's nothing really stopping Logan from being able to swing this leg back outside. Look at all this space. Again, James's hip should be super close to the ground here. Now he's in a better position. Yep, now he can split the leg. I wouldn't try and get both of his legs on Logan's shin right now. I would settle for a chest-to-chest half guard. I would try to pass this leg over here, and I would try and get his right leg through here. Now, he does have this arm to contend with, so let's see how he deals with that. Pretty good. Let's rewind for a second. See a little sneaky thing. Look at James's arm here. He's going to use it to pass Logan's knee through here as he creeps his leg up, because Logan has his own hand here, and it's making it a little bit hard for James to advance his left leg, so he pushes that leg through, and then he takes care of that arm. He's still kind of stuck in the middle here, but he's in a much better position where he was. Takes the leg out, and now he's going to confirm the pass. Very good. Now we got the reverse with Logan on top. Logan gets that inside position here. Starts to walk to his left. Got to kill that right hip. When I mean kill that right hip, I mean all the way to the floor. There we go. Now he gets his leg over. Now he gets his leg on either side. Brings his knees back in. Uses the left hand to get over that leg. Pretty good. That was pretty textbook. Look at it from another angle. I think he's going to go left again. Gets that flat back position. Drops the hip. Kills one leg. Okay. He's trying to get both of his knees on top of James's shin. If you get stuck here, just settle for the half guard. You're still in a pretty good position. He's lost the underhook here. I would have kept that. And from here, instead of continuing trying to go to his right, I would just split the legs and bring his knee in, settle for the chest-to-chest half guard, and start to pass the chest-to-chest half guard from there. He might have something that we don't see from this side. There we go. I would bring that knee in. Bring his right knee on our left side in. Okay. He's trying to use his left leg to pin James's right leg to the ground and then get over it. However, now he can do it because he's angled James off to this side. Before, James was too flat on his back. He was going to have too much real estate. It would have been a peak like this, trying to get over that tall peak here. By flattening your opponent, James's right leg to the ground, James's right leg goes from this position here to essentially this. Now it's super easy to pass over. I hope that made sense. Still like to see him underhook on that far side though. And gets the pass. Josh on the bottom. Josh doing a good job elevating. Zach got get him flat. Okay. Got the underhook on the far side using it. Oh, good leg positioning so far. Hey, very nice. That was textbook. Let's look at that again. So, gets the body lock here. You can see him connect his hands. So, beats one leg, splits it, walks further to that side. You can't see it here, but his left knee is now attacking. His left hand is now attacking Josh's right knee. It's gonna allow Zach to get his left leg over that knee, and then eventually the rest of his body. Left leg over the knee, and then the rest of his body comes through. You can't see it, but Josh is probably posting his arm this direction. Zach's gonna take his left arm and physically remove his post out of the way. That's confirming side control here. Pretty good. Reset, run it back. Here. Same thing, body lock. He clears both legs. His hip is a little bit high. I'd like to see his hip a little bit closer to the ground as he moves through. And Josh is using this arm as a post. Let's see how he deals with it. Oh, Josh is doing a good job trying to get that leg back. Good. Zach, once you get this 2-on-1 shin position, make sure your knees are super tight to your opponent's body. That way it's hard for him to get that leg back out. Josh almost got it back out. Oh, there we go. There's half of it. Oh, let's look at what we had here. So, he's almost beat the knee. Josh is starting to straighten back up, though. And again, if you're flat on your back, your opponent's leg is going to have a high peak like that. Zach tries to beat it by being athletic and jumping and running over it with his left hand, trying to stuff Josh's leg to the ground here. Not a bad call. Let's see why it didn't work here. Okay. Josh, rewind 1 second. Josh is able to use his posts here, both hands, in order to keep Zach from coming over. Boom, here. And now that he's got his posts into play, we can see him start to flatten back onto his back, and more importantly, get this leg up on a sharp angle and prevent Zach from passing. Zach's still not in a bad position, still got the 2-on-1. He's got to kill that knee to the ground, though. There we go. Now he's in a much better position. Look, he's killed that leg, and look how close it is to Josh's butt. Number 2, look how flat Josh's back is to the ground. He's going to have much more success passing from this position. I'm assuming Josh's right arm is still posting. Yep, there we go. Zach is almost over. There we go. Nice. That was beautiful. Got Logan on top, and I forget who was on the bottom. Oh, Beck on the bottom here. Logan doing a good job using his head. I'd like to see his head on the center of Beck's chest to flatten him out a little bit more. And I'm hoping that he has an underhook on the right side. If he has underhook on neither side, it's going to be a problem. So he's looking right and going left right now. I'd recommend you look towards the same side that you're going. So there we go. Now, if Logan's looking right, he should drop his left hip like that. Good. Splits his legs, or Beck's legs, I mean. Gets the 2-on-1 on the shin. Flattening him out. Climbing over. From here, if you're in the gi, and I might have not mentioned this, I would recommend grabbing your opponent's collar and then aggressively ripping him down that way. That way, it's two things. It keeps him flat on his back. It also keeps him a little bit further away from you. So it's hard for, in this case, Beck, for him to post his left hand on your leg. Harder, I should say. Not impossible. But, and gets the pass. Nice. Here, head in the chest. Flattens him out. Beck is on top now. Gets double unders. Gets the fake body lock. Uses head to flatten Logan out. Now he's got to do the lower body work. If he's looking left, I recommend he drops his right hip. There we go. Starts shimming to the left to beat one leg. Now he's got to get Logan flat. Logan doing a good job preventing Beck from passing, though. Addresses the post, but Logan's really good at getting this leg out. So let's see how Beck deals with that. I feel like that leg's going to come out at any minute. All right, Beck's looking the wrong way. Again, you want to be looking towards the direction you're going. Looks like he's using his left arm. I thought his left arm was on Logan's leg. Guess not. On top and James on the bottom here. Anthony doing a good job flattening him out. James kicks up again. Oh, we'll go for a sweep. So there's a little push-pull battle here. Anthony manages to split the legs. Now James goes into that standard defense. Get used to that because your opponent's going to post on your leg almost out of instinct. Interesting battle here. Anthony, oh, I have no idea what that is. Anthony has managed to split his legs. He hasn't quite gotten past the knee yet, but now we're battling for control over the post hand. See how that works out. Oh, pretty slick. Now we're in chest-to-chest half guard. Now we got to confirm the pass. Our Anthony here, I would like to see him swing this leg on the inside here, get his butt up and his right leg out. There we go. As long as he doesn't get rolled. Oh, he just got rolled. So again, a lesson to be learned here. Watch your weight as you peek your butt up here. Boom. From here, I would recommend that Anthony get a little bit lower here. He's on top of James's chin right now. I would like to see him underneath his jaw and pushing his head up here. Also, if you can, try and have your body, don't have your body too far over on the other side or else you're going to get rolled to that direction. Boom. Here. Other than at the end, it was actually a pretty good bottom. Splits the legs. Oh, not splits the leg. Gets a 2-on-1. Turns to the side. Beats one knee. Gets rid of his post. And gets the side control. That was very textbook. Very good. Fighting for position. James manages to sit back up. Oh, Zach got an underhook though. We have a chance for a body lock. James doing a good job using the gi. Making himself wider with the gi. Attempting sweeps. Resets. Well, Zach might get swept here. Good attempt. And if Zach wants to pass, he's got to get inside position on one arm. Flatten James out. Oh, there we go. Splits the leg. Now he's got to flatten him out. Oh, unless he can just pass directly from here. Oh, he might be able to. It doesn't really have control of the upper body, though. Right now, it's a battle of grips, and then it'll be a battle of posture. So Zach got one grip he likes. There we go. Now he's got the body lock. He's going to flatten James out. That was great. He's looking left, so he should be killing his right hip. Shimming to his left. There we go. Beats one leg. James is going to post with his right arm. Oh, maybe not. Okay, James gets that top leg in now. I believe Zach still has the underhook on that right side. If I were Zach from here, again, Monday morning quarterback, it's easy to say. He's got an underhook on this side, and he's pinning James's arm here. I would actually take this foot and insert it, just a foot, insert it back inside here, and start stepping to my right and start passing, almost like from a headquarters position here. Let's see how Zach deals with this. Okay, I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to beat James's heel. If Zach can unhook his calf here and get it over James's leg, he'll have a better access to pass to his left here. Still got to get over the top knee, but he won't be physically stuck in the half guard here. Okay, now the situation has changed. James overcommitted with his top knee. All Zach has to do now is pin his legs together, using his left hand, pin James's legs together to the floor, and then climb up into mount here. There we go. Nice pass. Top and Nate on the bottom here. Josh looks like he has... Oh, no, never mind. Nate has both underhooks here. There we go. Now Josh is looking for that inside position. Gets it pretty easily. He's looking right. Kills the left hip. So far, so good. Looks like he got the 2-on-1. Yep, using his elbow. Now he's got to step his right leg over. There we go. Nate not resisting too much. There's drilling. Here, I'd like to see him hit a hip switch. Not bad. I'd like to see him hit a hip switch next time. And one of the most annoying things you're going to deal with in this position is once you beat that leg, they're going to post on your knee. And you're going to have to use your arms. Hopefully not the hand, but you're going to have to use your arms to get rid of that post. But at the same time, that means you lose control of that knee. Now we got Nate on top and Josh on the bottom here. Battling for that inside position. Nate, good job sprawling that right hip. Using that left elbow to get over that knee. Good. Oh, there we go. Like to see him control the head. Good. Establish a good cross face. Textbook. That was great. And again, they're not resisting 100% now, but just through the flow, that was pretty textbook. They run it back one more time. Good. He's looking right, so he goes left, or drops his left, I mean. Goes right. Here we got Britt on top and Beck on the bottom here, looking for that inside position. That was excellent. Britt gets an inside position. She's got to get her forehead on the chest and get him flat first. She's trying to do two things at once. She's trying to get him flat and angled at the same time. Get him flat first and then angle. There we go. Now she's got him flat. Looks right, drops her left hip, starts going right. Gets the 2-on-1 with the shin. Beck's knee is up still pretty high. So, again, Beck is flat here. Now that she's got him flat and the leg beat, now she has to start tilting him to this side here. So his leg goes from this position to more of a this position here. Again, the second one we can see is easier to get your leg over. I wouldn't switch your head just yet. It's almost like she heard me. Or now she gets over that leg. Controls the crossface. Good. Dangerous here. Beck has an underhook here. I would deal with that first. Can you still pass with your opponent with the underhook? Yes, but it's dangerous gi. It's even more dangerous no gi because then you're essentially giving him a half guard with a deep underhook on the other side. Pretty good.